Hello, everybody. Welcome to One-on-One with TJK. This is the day God has given us. We give praise and thankful that we are here breathing. I am so thankful every day to wake up and breathe, but also I'm so thankful for technology that allows our channel to continue growing and reach so many people around the world, especially people in my country, Uganda. This channel was started to inspire, to help us learn and relearn, and especially for young people who are struggling or who are trying to do things that many of us have done but don't know where to start. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I have somebody close to home. Mine is Jaqueline Mugamba. Jack is a professional accountant. She works with Nyaka AIDS Orphans Project in Uganda. She will tell you more about herself. She's an entrepreneur who runs a successful business apart from her full-time job. Educated from Makerere University with BCom degree accounting. She followed in her dad's footsteps. Her dad is Yoas Mugamba, who is also a professional accountant. I don't want to give too much information because we rather hear from our guests rather than hear me rambling. Welcome, my dear niece, Jackie. How are you today?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm so happy to be here today at TJK Shares. I'm privileged to share with you and to hear from you today. And greetings to all the viewers at TJK. I'm very happy and excited to hear from you in the comments and to know more and to share with you everything that I know. Thank you.
We do encourage everybody to subscribe, to share, to comment, and suggest topics for future conversations. Tell our viewers, our listeners, many of them know you by name, some of them know you by your business, some of them know you by your professional life, the work you do. Tell us about you. Who is Jackie Mugamba?
Thank you very much. I'm Jaqueline Mugamba, and I'm an accountant, and I work at the Kampala office, Nyaka AIDS Orphans Project. That's where I'm seated even right now as we're having the conversation. I am a hairstylist. I do hair, I do makeup, I do people for their weddings, introductions, parties, wedding guests. Yeah, to look nice for all the ladies and even the children. So that is me in a nutshell. Born here in Uganda, in Kasese. Yes, I'm so glad to be here. Thank you.
All right. So for full disclosure, our listeners, I keep hearing me say niece. Jackie was born and raised. I won't say her age. I know you boys are all itching. How old is she? Is she single? Is she available? You are not getting that from me. Jack is my sister's first daughter, my sister Faida, and I love my sisters. If I have not said it, you should know. If you see my Twitter yesterday, I'm with my sister Christine. I follow Faida, Jackie's mom. In a family, we always have this joke, and she does not deny it. Jackie's mom wanted to be the last born in our family, and she still acts like she's the last born, but truthfully, I follow her. I am the baby of the family. She's my big sister. So Jack is my niece by blood. I have so many children around the world who call me Papa. I have so many children who call me a director, doctor. I am biological blood uncle of Jackie Musoki Mugamba. Where were you born and raised? How was your childhood like, Jackie? What lessons can young people take from your childhood to where you are now?
That's a very good question. Thank you very much. I was born in Kasese, and then later we moved to Kampala. I think when I was in top class and primary one, around there, we moved to Kampala. And most of the time we have grown up in Kampala. From then we didn't go back to Kasese. What have I learned through childhood? Things don't always go the way we think.
Mm-hmm.
And then things always become better, because I've seen my family move from the lower class to the middle class now, and I believe that the best is yet to come. I've seen hard work, I've seen my parents work hard, and I've learned that working hard pays off. And also, I grew up from a Christian home, and that has been, I think, the best thing that happened to me and my siblings. Being born in a Christian home has shaped us and the decisions that we make and how we interact. We find ourselves, even when we go astray, we come back to the right thing, and we have seen that that has been the most important thing that mom taught us and dad taught us, to be kind, to love Christ, and be like a Christian person. Yes.
Recently, I have gone through the family channels. I interviewed Sharon, who is my biggest brother, your uncle, Frank Mushabe, who passed away. I interviewed Michael, who is your auntie's youngest. I'm not going in the order of birth, but I'm touching at each family. And then I lost a sister who didn't leave a child. So you won't get the lineage from that family. But I'm a strong believer of charity begins at home, ladies and gentlemen, TJK listeners. So doing these interviews of amazing people around the world, I wanted you to hear where our family has come from and the amazing things they are doing. If my sisters could get on Zoom, maybe you children can get them there one day, I would love to have a conversation with them. My grandfather, your great-grandfather, started this church in our community, Zitun SDA Church, which I have rebuilt, and is an amazing place to worship. Jackie talked about being raised in a Christian family. Prayer is huge in our family. My mom, Jackie's grandmother, raised us on prayer, instilled it in all of us children. That does not mean we are perfect people, ladies and gentlemen. We fall, we get back, we know where to go. That lineage of knowing where to go has helped us as a family and continues to help us. And Jack has adopted uncles saying the best is yet to come. Thank you, to your dad. Thank you to your mom. In addition, Jack will tell you later, she's an amazing Christian woman. She's a pathfinder, master guide, just like Michael mentioned. So she's active in the church. Every Saturday, if you're looking for Jackie, you better go to church. That's where you are going to find her. Tip for those who are looking for Jackie. Working family, growing up so strong. Tell us about your siblings. You mentioned about your siblings. Some people don't know. Where are they? Who are they? Name, maybe where they are, so we can get at least to get to know them. Hopefully they can watch this.
They should, they will. We are quite a number of siblings. I'm the firstborn. Uncle, like you mentioned, Mosochi. Mosochi means firstborn girl. In culture from Kasese, Bakonzo. So I have a sibling, Joanne, Sam, I have Jody, I have Marion, and Joseph. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Joanne is married, and Jody is a businesswoman. She does interior designing, very good work in Mukono. And Joanne also runs a business, a family business in Bali. And Sam is at school, and my other sibling is in P7, Marion, and Joseph is a young.
A friend of mine recently told me that whenever anybody says how many siblings they have, his name is James Harrington. He's a white Caucasian man from the United States, and he works in Uganda. He always says, Henri, you say you have five siblings, says, that's it? Henri, though? And the joke that goes around. All right, now we know about your siblings. We've heard about your upbringing. We know where you work. We know the business you run. If you are to give yourself advice when you were 18 to 21, our young people who are listening, what advice would you give them? And this is not only for young people. I've asked it from grandmothers. I've asked it to, you've seen all these interviews, more are coming. What advice would you give your young self at 18 to 21?
At 18 to 21, I would give myself advice that try it all. Try the business idea that you have. Do all the service that you can. Just try it out. And try it out in the best way. Don't try out the bad things. No. I would say that if you have an idea to do it. Whether it works out or not, do it the earlier so that when you fail there, if you fail, that is, then you learn something from it. If it works out, the earlier, the better that it works out. So don't wait until I have to first be somewhere. No. Start there, and then I wish I had started earlier. Yeah, so I think that is something I would tell a young person, that go ahead and try it out. It is not too big, it is not too small. Do it, and you will learn something from it, whatever way it comes out. The earlier, the better.
Earlier, the better. Try it all. And just like when we talk about saving money or reading a book, the other day, a young man out of Kanungu wrote to me and said, Uncle Jackson, you keep saying, read. Each time I pick up a book, I fall asleep. I cannot finish a page. And I told him, it's never too late. If you cannot read a big book, start with children's book. Get cartoons and just go through, laugh, get something you like, and take it from there. As a young girl, I know this, and I advise you to do it. You kept a journal.
Yes.
What role has journaling done in your journey to where you are now? And how would you encourage somebody to begin that process of journaling? And what should they journal about?
Thank you very much, Uncle. I remember I gave me my first journal, and I don't know, it was exciting. It was a beautiful book, and it was so unique to me. And I wrote in everything that was happening. And up to now, I still have actually very many other notebooks that I have had now that I journal. Now I even learned other ways of organizing everything, but it is a very good practice to have your book, pour out everything that you are feeling. So I have my current book has actually sharing it with Daphne. Daphne is one of our students at Nyaka. She graduated, showing her how I actually journal. She won a notebook. So I have a gratitude page. So I will say to them, I'm thankful for this. Then the next page, I will have what was not good about that day and write how I was feeling. So starting journaling at an earlier stage has helped me to keep in check. You're not so angry about something because you're already angry. You already put down that anger somewhere in a book, and it is okay to feel bad. It is okay to write it down so that you don't burst out of the blue because of in the public. So journaling helped me that way at my earlier stages of life, but now it has helped me to even be more organized. I have my day planned out, written down. I have my gratitude. I have my tracker. I've shared with, I'm in a part of the readers room. Yes. That is the other thing that we started with my friends. Thank you, Uncle, for that motivation. So we started out a readers room. So I was sharing with them how I have a tracker of the different habits that I would like to build, starting out from journaling. So I'll have let's say I want to start reading consistently, I will have my small calendar and tick out the day I do something. Let's say I read my devotion today, I tick. Yesterday I didn't. That's what I can know how I've been doing. And this has been very helpful. My work, my personal life, and everything. Thank you.
So what I'm hearing, Jackie, that you are saying, journaling helps you, and I've said this many times, and this is how I convinced you that as long as you don't write down things or don't talk to somebody about them, they are going to stay in your head. And until you create that space, when you write it down, it gets out of your head, then you have more space to feel with others. I've told people many times around the world that when a bad feeling or a bad situation is in your head, you can replace it within 30 seconds with a positive feeling. And it is true. And you've seen this work in my life. So I don't have to dig it deeper with you, but to the world, positive thinking, Jackie writes it down, It creates another space that you can fill with the devotion, with the conversation, with the business, with the reader's room, different things. But we also heard from you earlier saying work hard, and working hard pays off. But the biggest lesson for our young people, especially those living in rural areas of the world, these things are not inheritable. The habit of journaling, Mama Janet Kaguri, Eric Kaguri, my father, Jackie's dad, Mugamba, her mom, Faida, do not journal. Nobody taught them how to journal. But we, after learning what importance it brings to our life, I taught it to my niece. She has used it. We've broken a cycle of no journaling in the family and created habits. As a result, I've written 7 books. My mother was not a writer. My dad was not a writer. None of them can even read my book. But a boy from Nyaka can write, can teach a niece to break the cycle and journal. If I can do it, you can do it. That's the message I want. This habit of journaling has broken a cycle of reducing anger bursts, of reducing unforgiveness, of reducing other things that might borrow to this self-actualization and happiness. If you don't think Jack is happy, look at her smile. Happy girl, happy woman, because we learned the habit on how to cope with circumstances, a habit that was not taught to us, a habit that we learned and passed on to others.